Hello friends, subscribers and new viewers of this channel. In this tutorial we explain how to correctly install and run LivePortrait AI model and algorithm in Windows on a local computer. We will explain how to run LivePortrait by using only a single command from a Windows command prompt. For those of you who are not familiar with LivePortrait, LivePortrait is an AI algorithm and model that enables you to animate static images and create dynamic portraits. So here is one example. First of all, you need to provide a static image. Here is the middle image representing Mona Lisa. This is a static image. Then you need to provide a driving video. Over here on the left side you can see a driving video. This is a person who is speaking, and I'm right now not playing the sound. However, there is also sound involved, and this person is pronouncing English words and sentences. Then, on the basis of this static image and the driving video, you will create the video that you can see over here. So what will happen? This person over here on the right hand side, or animated Mona Lisa, is mimicking the mouth and facial expressions of the driving video. Not only that, it also mimics the movement of the head, opening the mouth. You can also blink, you can do all sorts of things. And the video on the right hand side is perfectly tracking. Also, the sound will be reproduced. The nice thing of this complete model and algorithm is that it's super fast. For example, to generate the video that you have just seen, it took me maybe 1 minute on my local computer with NVIDIA 3090 GPU. Okay, so let's start with the explanations. The official GitHub page of this project and the algorithm is given over here. That is, it's here. And I must say that these people did an amazing job, and congratulations to them. However, I was not able to install this software by following the official instructions. Here are the official instructions, and it looks like they are not complex. However, I experienced a number of issues related to my GPU, related to CUDA drivers, and you might also experience the same issues. Consequently, I created this video tutorial to explain step-by-step procedure how to install this amazing software. Let's start with the prerequisites. First of all, I tested the installation on a computer with 48 GB RAM and with NVIDIA 3090 GPU, which has 24 GB VRAM. I did not test the installation on lower-end GPUs, and it takes around 2 to 5 minutes on this computer to compile the final video that might have like 1 or 2 minutes, which is really good. Now, when it comes to software, you need to have CUDA NVCC compiler driver installed, as well as CUDA Deep Neural Network, or CUDNN. Okay, let's explain how to install these two software packages. To install CUDA NVCC, you first need to install NVIDIA CUDA Toolkit. Here you have to be very careful. If you open Google and if you search for NVIDIA CUDA Toolkit, you will be directed to this web page. So let me show you. Here it is. And if you just blindly follow the procedure, you will be able to install CUDA Toolkit 12.6. However, there is currently no PyTorch version that works with this CUDA Toolkit. Consequently, you need to search for previous versions. I discovered that this software will perfectly work with NVIDIA CUDA 12.4. Consequently, you need to search for that version, and you can just Google it, or you can go to this web page and you can download and install CUDA Toolkit 12.4. The installation procedure is pretty straightforward. You click on Windows, you click on Architecture, you click on your Windows version, and you click on Executable over here, and you download. Then you click, open the download file, and the installation will be smooth. However, after you download and install CUDA 12.4, you have to make sure that CUDA 12.4 is in your system path. To check that, click here and search for environment variables. Open here, click on environment variables, and first of all you need to set this. You need to set the variable name CUDA home, and you need to provide the path to the installation folder. Double check that this is actually the installation folder. You can do it very quickly by just going here and making sure that this is actually the installation folder, or you can search in program files, NVIDIA GPU Toolkit, and make sure that you have version 12.4. This is very, very important. So set this environment variable. To set it, you can simply click on new, then type CUDA home, type this CUDA home, and set the path. Then another thing that you need to make sure is that this variable is actually also in the CUDA path. So if you click here in system variables, you should have the CUDA path, and the same thing should happen. This is the variable name, CUDA path, and this is the path. So set this thing also. Then you need to modify the path of the system. So click here on the path and make sure that this version here, NVIDIA GPU Computing Toolkit, is actually in the system path. Over here I can actually simply erase this since I don't need the previous one, and I will do that, and I should only have this thing, NVIDIA 12.4. This is very, very important. Now you will have NVIDIA Toolkit and all the drivers in your system path, and you can verify that by simply opening a command prompt and by typing nvcc. And you can see, for example, you can even type this to see the current version, and if everything went okay, you should see the current version of CUDA compilation tools release 12.4. So this is the first step. Then you also need to install another NVIDIA library. The name of this library is CUDA Deep Neural Network, or CUDNN. So search download CUDNN, and you will be led to this website. Then click here, download CUDNN library, select Windows, select your version, select 10, select executable, and simply download and install it. Once you do that, again, you will have to play with the system path and with environment variables. So click here and search again for system environment variables, then click here, and over here you need to set this variable for the user. Here it is. You need to set all these four things. That is, you need to select, or basically you need to set the path to this folder, to this folder, to this folder, to this folder. Namely, what happens when you install CUDNN? Let me just copy this path to show you. There will be several folders that need to be added to the system path. Usually, CUDNN is installed in this folder, NVIDIA CUDNN, and over here you have the correct version, version 9.3, and you need to add all these folders, that is this folder, to the path, and here make sure that the correct version is selected, 12.6. Then you also need to include here 12.6, then you need to add library 12.6, etc. Now if you go here, you can see that all of them are added to the path. So your path should look like this. To create this path, simply click on new, put here CUDNN, and you can put all the variables, or you can simply do this. You can change them later on. So this is very important. Next, you need to verify that everything works, and we will do that during the installation process. Then another thing, let me not forget that in the path you should also add these folders. That is, the same folders that are over here should be included in this path over here. Here they are. Binary include library, as well as your NVIDIA Computing Toolkit and the other thing. Again, I didn't save this, so I can do this, and OK. Once you do that, you can continue with the installation process. The official installation instructions use Conda to create Python virtual environments. Consequently, we need to install Anaconda. To install Anaconda, simply go to this web page, or you can simply Google Anaconda download. And over here, you can simply submit here, register, or you can skip registration, and you can download and install Anaconda for Windows by clicking over here and by continuing the installation process. It's pretty much straightforward, nothing special. Okay, so besides this, you also need to install Git. To install Git, you need to go to this web page, or you can simply search download and install Git for Windows. And over here you have Windows installing instructions. They will lead you to this web page, and then you need to download the Windows version. That is, you need to click over here or over here, depending on what type of Windows operating system you have. Most likely you need to click here to download Git. Apart from that, you have to make sure that you have Git support for large files. Consequently, you need to either Google Git support for large files, or you can simply go to this web page and you can download and install Git extensions for large files. In order to be able to properly install PyTorch, you need to download and install Visual Studio 2022. The Community Edition is free, and you can click here on free download and you can download the file, and you can double click on the installation file, and everything should go smoothly. You will need Visual Studio 2022 since you will need Visual Studio compilers to run PyTorch. In addition to all these programs, you will also need to download and install FFmpeg. Let me briefly explain you how to do that. So go to the download page of FFmpeg, and over here you need to select Windows, then you need to click here, and over here you need to find the proper version. Now, you have several options over here. Most likely you can choose this option, or you can explore this option. Then you need to unzip this file. Then after you unzip the file, you need to find somewhere on your C drive and copy the complete folder. In my case, let me see where it is. It is somewhere, yes, it's here. So once you unzip everything, you will simply copy the folder over here. However, you also need to add this binary folder to the system path. Consequently, you need to copy this path over here. Then you need to go again to environment variables, and over here you need to click on environment variables, and you need to click on the path, and over here you need to include FFmpeg in your path. That is, you need to double click here and copy this path. Once you do that, you need to press OK. OK, then open a command prompt to make sure that FFmpeg is installed, and type FFmpeg. And if you see something like this, this means that you have properly installed FFmpeg. Okay, let's start with the installation procedure. The first step is to open Anaconda Developer Prompt. Click here and search for Anaconda Prompt. Here it is. It's very important to perform the installation procedure from the Anaconda Developer Prompt, since if you use the standard Windows prompt, you will not be able to use Anaconda. So then let's go to our C drive, and over here on the C drive, create a new folder called Codes. I'm not going to execute this command since I already have the folder called Codes, however, you should do that. After you execute this command, you need to navigate to Codes, and then in this folder you need to clone the official repository. That is, you need to do this. This will actually download the complete project from GitHub. However, it will not download the model weights. So be patient over here, and here it is. Good. Now, if you type this command, you will see the folder called LivePortrait. So let's navigate to that folder, and in this folder we need to create the Anaconda virtual environment. To do that, we need to execute this command. So what's happening over here? We are creating an Anaconda virtual environment and we are specifying that we are using Python 3.9. So let's do that. Here you need to be patient and click yes since you want to install all of these things. Good. Then after that you need to activate this virtual environment by typing this. Good, and you can see that we are currently in our virtual environment called LivePortrait. The next step is to install PyTorch. To install PyTorch, you need to go to the official PyTorch website. That is, you need to go over here. And then over here, you need to properly select the options. We are using Windows, we are using Conda, we are using Python, and we are using CUDA 12.4. And consequently over here, this command will appear and we need to copy it and execute it in our terminal. And now this will take some time to execute. So be patient over here, click on yes. I think that the total size of PyTorch is around 3 gigabytes, so this might even take several minutes to execute. If you go to the installation folder, that is if you go to codes, LivePortrait, you will see this file called requirements. So click here, and here are the requirements that need to be installed. Consequently, let's run the installation of these requirements. The easiest way to do that is to run this thing, pip install our requirements. So let's do that. And here it is. Now here you have to be patient. This will take some time. And it's also very important to analyze later on what is written over here. Will we see some errors? And let's analyze these errors. After you run this command, you will see these errors. So let's manually try to install these packages. Over here I summarized what needs to be installed. However, you should look into the errors. For example, if you see Google Auth, this package, type pip install Google Auth. For example, for this package you will need to type pip install. So let's do it manually. Okay, let's first do this one. There is always some error when I try to copy and paste. I don't know why is that in Windows. So anyway, I will just type pip install. Let's do Google Auth. Okay, let's run this. Then let's type pip install grpco, pip install markdown. Let's now also install this one, pip install this one over here. Then let's install this one over here, pip install grpco, pip install h5py, that's another one, pip install vrpt, pip install protobuf. Okay, I made an error here, pip install install protobuf. Okay, and finally let's run the requirements once more and let's see what will happen. Hopefully some of these errors will be eliminated. And we can see that some errors are eliminated. Good. Next, we need to download and install the weights. First of all, we need to install this Hugging Face library. Then after that, we need to run this command. This command will actually download the weights from the online Hugging Face repository. This is the name of the repository, and you need to execute this command, Hugging Face click download, then the name of the online repository. Then over here you need to specify that you want to download to the local directory, and then pre-trained weights, then space over here, double dash, and you want to exclude git, readme, and docs. So let's execute this, and let's hope that everything will be fine. So let's click here, make sure that we can execute, and let's press enter. And over here you need to be patient, since this might take even several minutes. You're downloading probably several gigabytes of files from remote Hugging Face repository. After the download process is completed, we are ready to run a demo example. Namely, the authors of this awesome program have provided a demo example. And to run this demo example, you actually need to run this file, inference.py. So let's open this file and let's analyze it. Let's see what's happening. Okay, so we are importing some libraries over here, and you can see that we are using ffmpeg, which is very good. Then we are doing a few checks over here, and here's main function. Now we are actually loading the default video and the default image, and we are going to process that image and to test if the code is working. All the images that are used for testing are actually placed over here in the assets folders, and you can see the examples. You can see the videos over here, and you can also here, you can see the source images. So what will happen right now, if we execute this file, that is the inference file, we are going to take this image and one of the driving videos, and we are going to generate a video. So let's do that. Okay, to do that, let's go back to our terminal and let's just execute this file. Make sure that you're in this base folder, LivePortrait, when executing this file. And most likely you will see an error. Let's see. Hopefully you will not see on your computer, however, I'm continuously seeing this error on my computer. Now, I tried many approaches to fix this error, and I figured out that the only approach is actually to run this. First of all, you need to uninstall this library. Let me now just type this. Again, there are some issues, so I will do it pip uninstall onn runtime GPU. So let's run this. Okay, so it's not being given install, which is very interesting. But let me see, did I make some spelling error here? So let me try again, copy, then here paste, and let me try to run it again. Okay. Okay, I made a spelling error, which is very important. Okay, after you do this, you need to execute this line. Again, I'm having problems to copy, so let me do it like this. Right click, copy, and paste. So let's run this, and here it is, perfect. And after that, we can go back and we can try to run Python inference.py, and let's hope that everything will work. Bang. And let's see, perfect, awesome. We are not seeing this error anymore. Now we are making motion templates and we are animating. The animated video consists of 78 frames, checking the results, and here it is. And here you can see a few important things, that animated video is stored in this folder. Animation S0D0 is the name of the file. So let's go to this folder, LivePortrait, you'll see animations folder, and bang, here it is. Here is the test video. On the left side, you can see a person. Here in middle, you can see the image, and on the right side, you can see the animated image. Simple as that, nothing special. This means that this software is properly installed and we can use it. Okay, so let's use it with our own examples. Over here I prepared an example. Here it is. Here's my Mona Lisa and here's my video. So let me copy this video over here to the folder. I'm just going to place it in this base folder. Let me show you the test video. Here it is. It's a person speaking. And over here is my test image. This is the static image. Now, let's learn how to use my video and this image. And you can easily modify my example by using, for example, your own thing. Okay, over here, I need to do several things. I need to modify this command such that it matches the name of the files. So let me see what are the file names. The source image over here is mona.png and my video is actually test.mp4. So here I will need to type test.mp4 and I simply need to execute this. So we are again executing the file called inference.py. We are specifying the source image and we are specifying the driving video. Simple as that. So let's run this and let's hope that we will be able to generate what we want. So let's do this and let's now wait. This might take even several minutes. You can see that the frame rate of my test video is automatically recognized. It's 25 frames per second, which is correct. And now I can already hear my GPU running, so I'm going to start my task manager over here, and I will look into my GPU consumption and everything. You can hear in the background the fan of my GPU. Actually, the CPU is mostly taking the hit. And over here, let's see what will happen. Start making driving motion template. And this will take some time since the video is, I think, around 1 minute. Then you will see making motion templates and then you can see animating and you can see animation in real time. It's going to take 2 minutes and then after that we will need to write the file. And here you need to be patient. And over here you can see that currently it's writing, the video is being writing, and even the audio is being recognized and copied to the new video. Okay, so let's see the output of our work. So go over here, go to animations, click here. So let's click here and let's see the output. And here it is. It's beautiful. This is the original video or the driving video. This is the static image and this is the animated image. This looks very good. If you just want to look at the animated image, here it is. And this is the final results. Okay, that's all for today and thanks for watching.